Hi everyone, my name is Sam. My pronouns are she, hers, and I am currently a student with a passion for physical and mental health. And so the purpose of today's video is to just kind of go over the benefits of cooling down, as well as demonstrating some of the exercises or movements that I recommend you incorporate next time you're winding down from a workout. And so whether you just attacked a cardio workout or you just attacked one of the HIIT workouts on the site, I highly recommend taking the time to go through some of these movements. And so by cooling down for 5 to 10 minutes, you can decrease your risk of injury and stress. You can lower your heart rate, your temperature, your blood pressure, and other vitals back down to normal levels. And then you can also boost your post-workout recovery. And so differing from the warm-up, where you perform dynamic movements, in the cool down you want to perform static stretches. And by that I mean holding positions from anywhere from, I'd say, 45 to 60 seconds total. You can break it up into maybe 3 sets of 20 if you're feeling a little impatient, or if your body feels like it needs more than 60 seconds, go for it. You just want to be making sure that you're not pulling to the point of cramping or pain. And so before stretching, I actually recommend about 3 to 5 minutes of light movement following your workout, especially if your workout was super intense. So that means just really lightly walking, really lightly jogging. If you have access to equipment at the gym, you can go for a light cycle or a light elliptical. It's similar to the warm-up in the way that you want to incorporate that, but it's the opposite effect. You're winding down, you're bringing your body back down to normal levels versus building up speed. And so next I'll go ahead and go through some of my favorite cool down stretches, starting with the standing ones. So the first one I have is the quad pull. You're going to be grabbing the ankle part of your foot here, or just like on the front part of your foot, and pushing your knee down to the ground. And so I don't want to see your knee here or way back here. You want it straight down parallel to the ground. And if you're not feeling too much of a stretch, try pushing your hip a little bit forward. You don't want to look like this, but just try pushing your hip a little bit forward and you'll feel that stretch going through. And like I said, you want to be doing 45 to 60 seconds of it. For the sake of this video, I'll probably just be holding for like 15 to 20 seconds. So if you'd like to pause the video or just write down the stretches and then come back to it later and do it on your own time, that's perfect. Good, and then so after the quad stretch, another one that I recommend is a glute stretch, standing glute stretch. So again, you can grab onto a railing to help brace. You're going to cross one leg over right above the knee of your other leg, and you're going to sit back. Okay, so showing you from the front view, I'm going to cross right above my knee and sit back, and I'll feel it through this glute here. Switch to the other leg, cross over the knee, not over the knee, above the knee. You can see me shaking, I can't balance. And sit back. As far as you can. It may only be here, it may be way down lower than I can go, wherever is comfortable for you. Another one I have targets the hamstrings, so back here. And what you're going to do is you can just hang. So you can just let yourself freely hang. You can try to reach for your toes. You can try to reach for the ground as far as your hamstrings and flexibility allow. Another thing I will say with cool down is focusing on your breathing, especially with a stretch like that. You'll find that if you really take in deep inhales and exhales, you can lengthen your stretch and find yourself reaching further and getting a little bit more out of it. Then another one that we have is the calf stretch using a wall. Just go ahead and put your foot up on a wall at an angle, and you're going to lean into it. So again, this one's kind of, I don't know how tight your calves are, but this one's kind of about finding a good angle that works for you and as much lean as you need. Good. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you some of my favorite ground stretches. All right, and so some of my favorite ground stretches, similar to the one that you did with the glute crossing over, you can do that laying down as well. So cross over right above the knee, and what you're going to do is you're going to pull, you're going to stick your hand, one hand through your legs, the other around, clasp and pull the leg toward you. And again, you should feel the stretch in the glute or of the leg that's crossed over. Go ahead and switch, cross over, stick hand through, grasp and pull. Good. And then another one that I have is fully extend one leg, and with the other leg, bend your knee and pull your knee toward your chest as far as you can, or as far as is comfortable. Good. Now one of my favorites is what's pigeon stretch. So I'll show you from a front and a side view. So with pigeon stretch, you want to bring one leg up and cross it over while the other remains extended behind you. So I'll show you from a front view. This leg is staying extended. This leg is coming up as far as comfortable. And I'm just going to kind of sit into this position and lean forward into it. Okay, so I'll show you from the side. One leg is staying extended, this leg is coming over and crossing, and I'm just going to kind of sit and lean into it. And so do what is as comfortable for you. You may not be able to get your leg all the way up here, you may have to bend it a little bit more, or you may not be able to lean into this position. You might have to sit up a little bit and prop up on your hands. Whatever works for you as long as it's not pain. Okay, so those are some of my favorite ground stretches. I'm also going to go through a little bit of a yoga cycle that I like to do that's also on the ground, and it targets your calves, your upper body and lats, as well as your core. So what I like to do is start in what's called child's pose. You're going to have your feet together, sit back on your heels, and bring your arms forward. And then really let your chest sink into the ground, and you'll feel the stretch come up through here. Once you're done with that one, what I then like to go into is, let me scooch back a little bit. I like to go from here into seal or cobra, whatever stretch you like or prefer. And so this one's targeting your back, getting your back a little stretched out, getting your core a little stretched out. I'll show you from a front angle. So I go from here to here. You can look up as well. And then from this position, I then tuck my feet under and I go into down dog. So I'll show you from the side here. Here, I tuck my feet under, and I kick up into this position, okay? And so you can hold that if you want. Let me scooch my calves into view. You can also bend your knees a little bit to get that calf stretch really going and alternating. then the last one I like to do, especially relaxing, is you're gonna lay all the way flat. You're gonna take your leg again, cross it over so that your body's twisted now, and you're gonna take that same arm as that leg that went over, and you're gonna twist it the opposite way. And look toward the hand of that arm as well. You should feel this kind of in your back, your core, hip maybe even, and also your arm. Same thing I'll show you on the other side. Cross over, begin the other way. I'm gonna take this arm and reach over this way. And so those are some of my favorite static stretches to do after your workout when you're cooling down. Like I said, do what works for you. Maybe if you had a really hard leg day, you want to prioritize the leg stretches a little bit more. Or if you don't have enough time, maybe you can skip the cool down walk and just go straight into your stretches. Whatever it is, I highly recommend that you get some form of stretch or movement in after your workout, just to kind of help boost that post-workout recovery. So congrats on finishing your workout, and hope this was helpful.